Idly ho there, neighbors. I hope everyone's well. I hope the world is treating you all right and that life is good. That's my goal. That's my hope. Now, I just got through watching the teaser trailer to Age of Ultron, the new Avengers movie. And I'm excited. Oh my, was that not just awesome looking? It had a lot of the things I was waiting to see, and some of the things that I wanted to see weren't there, but, they're supposed to hold things back, so I get that. But, yeah, it looks good. And one of the things that they did really well was they picked a good actor to play the voice of Ultron. Now, they could have gone with the guy who did the voice of Jarvis, because apparently it's tied to Tony Stark's systems in that regard. But it's not him. So they went with a different actor, a guy named James Spader, who was big in the 80s and 90s, and if you don't know who he is, that's fine. You might know him from the show The Blacklist, which actually I didn't expect to like, but I did actually enjoy The Blacklist. Now, that said, one of the things that I think they do well there is picking the right voice. A good voice on a villain can make or break the show. A villain with a weak voice, a villain that doesn't have something compelling or dark in his voice, doesn't carry you. It's the same with all kinds of things, but in particular, even a strong, well-written villain played by an actor with a voice that doesn't convey the power and the gravitas won't actually make anybody afraid, won't make anybody interested in what happens and what he's doing. And vice versa, a badly written villain can be saved by a good actor. I can think of a few examples. And I've gone back and watched that trailer a couple of times. Love James Spader's voice in there. It is dark and almost lyrical, but not quite. And they add just enough digital to make it sound like a machine, but not so much that you lose the character of the actor involved. And it really, I was actually skeptical when they announced they were going to have him as the villain in this piece, but you know what? He does an amazing job in the trailer. It made me want to see that movie pretty badly. Now, speaking of voices, I've also been playing a game called Lichdom. A friend of mine worked on it as one of the writers on it, and she's an amazing woman in and of herself. But I've played the game for a while, and it's kind of interesting in various ways. First off, it's sort of a first-person shooter style game, but it's with a spellcaster instead of a guy with a gun. So you're running through levels and trying to sling spells to, beat up bad guys. It's first-person spellcasting, which is interesting in and of itself. The narrative is sort of a traditional RPG-style narrative, and that will slowly reveal what's going on to you over time as you explore and learn more about your powers, you learn more about the world, and so on. good conventional RPG stuff. It's it's maybe not blazing new ground so much as doing the right trail, if that makes sense. I've said before, making a cake requires a recipe. And sometimes you get good things out of a recipe. They followed a very good recipe for making an RPG game, and it works so far. I've only been playing it a couple hours. That said, one of the things that really works for it is they managed to acquire really good voice talent. Sounds like Gina Torres is in here. Clancy Brown, really good voice talent there. And as these are people that are conveying the exposition of the world, it's nice that they managed to get those people. Anyway, how can I tie this back to your game table if you're interested in such a thing? Practice your voice. Everybody has a really good voice, but you have to practice it. You have to record yourself and try different things and play it back to you, and it will sound awful. So have somebody else work with you on it as well. Somebody you don't mind hearing it as you experiment. Because the first few times that you try and listen to it, you'll think it sounds awful. Everybody thinks their voice sounds awful for the first few times. It's not until you're told enough times that you go, okay, maybe I do have a good voice, that you begin to believe it. At least as long as you have sense. There are some people out there who probably think that they're great voices, no matter what the world says. And we occasionally see those people on American Idol and America's Got Talent and what have you out there. The need for fame. Anyways, that's what I'm going to talk about today, is power of picking the right voice. I hope everyone's having a good day, and the world is treating you fair. More fair than the world usually does. I am going to go to bed soon, because I have to be at work tomorrow. Stay out of trouble. Don't make any pacts with dark powers. Yes, I'm talking to you. Don't read your poetry in public, because you might have other bad habits. Points to whoever can tell me where that quote comes from. And try and make everybody else's day as happy as you would like yours to be, I guess. Subscribe, like, share with all the people, and have fun.